Hello everyone, and welcome to the very first episode of Pokemon DnD with the boarding party crew. Today we've got Tia, Joel, Jordan, Kelsey, and Ben. And we're about to meet the characters that they're going to be playing over the next
10 years.
Probably. So we're gonna start off with Tia.
Oh snap!
Yes.
Go ahead and
Oh snap!
go ahead and introduce us to your character. Just give us the basics. Give us a name, a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I'm Phoebe Wilhelm.
That is correct.
Does my last name check out?
Is that what I told you? Is that what I said?
Yes.
So it's Phoebe Wilhelm. She works at a Pokemon rehabilitation center, and she has adopted 10 Sweenub that were taken from a black market underground ring for their noses, and their names are Nubster, Sylvester, Alfred, Timu, Nancy, Peppa, Jelly, Raz, Rebel, and Sika.
Timu's my favorite already.
Peppa. I like Peppa.
Nubster is the primo. He's going to be the one that's following me around on the adventure. What else?
What were they doing? Like why were there 10 Sweenub? What was the ring? They're like harvesting their hair.
They said their noses. It
Oh.
got real morbid, and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
suppressed it immediately.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's for their noses. I'll reiterate. Noses.
What would they want the noses for?
Does it matter,
Eating.
Joel? They're
They
sick.
taste delicious.
Yeah, it's like
gross.
shark fin soup.
Oh.
It's the forbidden fruit.
Why are we saying so depressing?
Yeah, this is
So
the Dark
depressing.
Knight version of Pokemon.
Just
Real
for
shit.
Phoebe.
Yeah, just for Phoebe, it's super dark.
Yeah, I think that covers the basics.
We'll bounce around a little bit.
Alright.
Joel, go ahead and tell us a little bit about who you're playing.
My character, his name is Milo Reuter. He is a young lad. He's probably like 12, 13-ish. His family they run a big mail business with a bunch of Pidgeys and Pidgeotos and Pidgeots, and they deliver mail across the land. And so they're like the main hub of mail and kind of news for the city that we're all kind of starting in, which is Ambercrag City. And so my family, they raise these Pidgeys and they send them out to deliver mail. And then so myself and my brother, once we're old enough, they give us an egg to hatch our own Pidgey and kind of get in the business. So my brother, who's older than me, already has his. And then I had mine, and mine hatched, and it ended up being a Murkrow and not a Pidgey. And so my parents were pretty flustered by that because it's this long tradition of Pidgey mail deliverers, and they didn't want me to keep it, but I really wanted to, so I've kept him. His name is Monty, and he's my buddy, and I've been training him to deliver mail, so he's a little more slender and agile than a normal Murkrow is, just because all the training I've done with him. And so my kind of the rite of passage for Pidgeys is they have to do this kind of really difficult mail route, and if they can complete it, then they're indoctrinated into this like Pidgey mail job. And so I want to take my Murkrow and prove that he can do it, and so I'm going to be traveling with everyone trying to do that. And my parents are super cool with me doing it because they want me to fail. Because in their eyes, if I fail, then I have to give him up and get an actual Pidgey. So it's me and my Murkrow Monty, and we're going to be proving the world wrong.
Let's go. Very cool. Very nice. All right, Jordan.
All
Tell us
right.
a little bit about who you're playing.
So my character is CJ, and I'm kind of doing my own thing right now. I don't necessarily live where I currently reside, but I'm out kind of in the forest doing my own little wild boy sort of situation. I am like the same age as Joel. We're about 13-ish, 12, 13. And I don't know, I was just kind of out exploring, and one day I stumbled upon this Totodile who was near this lake, and these dudes were trying to trap him. And I was like, I gotta stop that. So I ran up on him and I wrestled with the dudes and fought him away from the Totodile and kind of rescued the Totodile, but then when I went to see if the Totodile was okay, he decided to bite me on the arm, and now I got a Totodile fang stuck in my arm, and that's kind of my situation right now. I'm out in the forest with this Totodile who I'm trying to become friends with after he bit me.
And you're traveling to
Savage.
find out your last name.
No, I know what my last name is, you just don't.
Oh, alright.
Can I just say,
They're
you're
already
Some
pretty-
intrigue.
Already.
You're a pretty strong 13-year-old.
I was
You're
gonna
fighting
say,
off
yeah.
a gang of men.
Well, they weren't like old
He's a
guys.
wild boy.
They were
Yeah.
like around the same age
He's
as
a
me. They were
gangster.
just trying to trap this Totodile
Oh,
and
okay.
take it.
But still,
Still, there's
the
a
prowess
group.
there.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm
Nobody
kinda-
suspects a wild boy. They just come running.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not doing a great job. Like I'm 13, I'm in the forest,
bit
like
of luck.
on my own for a while now.
So you
I
had
don't look in the best of sorts. I probably surprised them, and that was half the battle.
He
Be feral.
Do you
At this
speak
point,
English?
probably.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Do you
Full English
Yeah, do
speaker.
you speak good
Yes.
English?
like solely in grunts. Like, oh, that's gonna make this difficult.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I've been with. I'm calling him Crash, my Totodile,
Okay.
for a while now. So even though he bit me and he is quite bitey, we're starting to be pretty good friends.
Nice.
All right. Kelsey,
My turn.
tell us a little bit about yourself.
My character's name is Tegan McKinley, and I am not from Amber Crag.
Nailed it.
That's the
Nailed
place? Okay, so I'm from a different area, and I'm kind of an orphan. So as a child, my parents and I, we went on a lot of adventures, and we were kind of the exploration kind of people, so we did a lot of outdoorsy stuff. Didn't know much about Pokemon, and then one day they just kind of vanished. So I don't know. They were confirmed dead at one point. So then I went to an orphanage, and it was pretty strict. They made me feel very uncomfortable all the time, and they were kind of mean. I didn't get to go outside anymore, and then there was like galas and shit like that. Sorry, you have to bleep that out. And then
You're allowed
so
We said that we were gonna harvest swine of snout. I think we can say shit.
okay.
Yes. Yes, you can.
No.
I was gonna say profanity is probably
Absolutely.
the line. It's the line right
We're
there.
slaughtering Pokemon, but shit, that's where the line is.
Well, someone cussed yesterday, and I was like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that.
Keep it civil.
Can't not.
Anywho, they were pretty shitty people, and so I left, and I went back to the last place that, one of our favorite places my parents and I liked going to. And when I got there, because this was the place that we called home. We moved around a lot, so we didn't really have like a home. So it was like where we thought home was. And when I got there, I found a journal and this rock ruff that was wearing a necklace that I knew and reminded me of something. And then
More
Yeah.
intrigue.
Rock Ruff is gonna be Koa. His name's Koa. He's a badass. He's a killer of cuteness, so watch out. And then, so yeah,
Killer of cuteness.
Yes.
Like,
That's
does not
cute.
like
Kill
cute
it.
with so much
ends the
cuteness.
lives of cute Pokemon.
Bye.
Yes.
Goodness gracious.
Anything else? Does anybody say anything else?
No, that'll do for now.
Okay.
Boom! Hello!
Oh, that
really
worked.
well.
Yeah. Maybe do that.
Maybe
Everybody
don't-
now
Okay.
talks like
the
they're-
entire time.
Jesus.
Here we go.
That's enough of that.
No, we're just getting started.
I will never stop. Alright. Benjamin.
Yeah, so my name is Ben, and I'm playing the character of Bentley Woods, who, like Joel, is a young Pokemon trainer just starting out on his journey. Grew up in the same town as Joel, we're like childhood friends, not super connected to the rest of the crew yet, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. I am the only child of Tom and Helen. Tom is a world-renowned Pokemon breeder who breeds Pokemon that have elite abilities specifically for trainers who want to battle at the highest level. And my mom, Helen, works more with like blacksmithing and metallurgy and makes custom Pokeballs out of different metals. So kind of like the lady who makes Pokeballs out of the apricorns, but like way more legit and far more expensive to buy. So pretty affluent family. We got 2 hardworking, badass parents, and both of them, for separate reasons, have Magmars. Helen has a female Magmar that's in charge of heating up her kilns and whatnot for crafting Pokeballs, and Tom has a Magmar with Flame Body to help in hatching the eggs. And one day those 2 Magmars got together, did the nasty, had a whole crop of Magbees, and one of the Magbees had a much larger right arm than all the rest, and because of that was shunned by the other Magbees. And I gravitated towards this one because he was kind of ostracized from the group. So that's going to be my starter Pokemon. His name is Mortar. He's got some pretty brute force power going on, but he needs to hone that in and kind of figure out how he's going to control all of that power.
Definitely. He's easily the strongest of the crew, at least at first.
Love that.
Sweet guess, but that's super cute.
I mean, he's killing cute things, so
He's a killer of cute.
we'll have to decide. Is it cute enough? Just send him out there.
So some of you covered my next question, but we're gonna jump to the people who didn't. Tia, how are Phoebe's parents? Does she know them? How's the relationship? Are they close?
Yeah, they know each other.
Okay.
She just moved away from home and is doing her thing at the rehab place.
Okay.
So they keep in touch, but she's older than the rest of the group. I don't remember how old I said.
Like 16,
16.
17.
Yeah, right.
Also talk a little louder.
On the cusp of adulthood.
That's quiet.
That's quite a
Alright. Wow. Yeah, so she knows them, but I guess she has parents. That's all you need to know.
Okay. Fair enough.
Still louder.
Zola, tell us a little more about your parents. Their names, kind of what they stand for. How's your relationship towards them?
My mom's name is Bronwyn. My dad's name is Chamberlain, like super high end, and my older brother Tobias.
It's a funky name family.
I know, right?
Tobias, boo.
They are really involved with everything that's going on just because they see a lot of mail coming and going because they have a direct hand in what information goes where. So I kind of pick up on things like worldly events, so I kind of know what's going on in the world around us, maybe more so than everyone else. I'm close with them and like they're helping me, but they still they disapprove of Monty, my Murkrow, so there's starting to be a little bit of a divide, but with the new quest to go out and prove that he can do it, kind of like I said, they're super supportive of that because they think I'm gonna fail, and I just want to really do it because I know we won't. And so right now we're on good terms because everyone's getting what they want.
Okay.
My brother's a dick, but I don't get along so well with him. He's got his Pidgey did really well, and it's a Pidgeotto now. And whenever we're out training, Pidgeotto is always being a douche to Monty and like tripping him up in his training, and so there's kind of a rivalry there.
Is
But-
your brother older or younger than you?
He's older.
Prick.
Yeah, he's so rude. But and it's kind of the same thing. Like my parents don't do much because, again, they're like they want him to fail. They want Monty to fail, so they kind of just let it happen. And so yeah, I'm not a big fan of my brother.
Okay. Jordan, do you want to say anything about your parents?
I'll say a little bit.
Okay.
I don't like my parents. Typical 13-year-old boy who's rebelling against his parents.
Okay.
Sort of situation
Sure.
happening over there.
Very typical.
Yep.
Wild boy.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm doing my own thing. And that's really it.
Okay. You two covered it, so you're pretty well set.
I mean, dead. They're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if
Super
anything,
dead.
I would just add that I'm kind of branching off from the family business on both sides to be a Pokemon trainer. Like that's kind of my goal now.
Okay.
But I do have more of an interest in Pokemon breeding and would potentially want to do that moving forward.
Okay. So that's kind of where Bentley's headed
Yeah.
in the very long term.
Yeah.
All right. Very cool. How's Phoebe's general lifestyle growing up? Like, what's Phoebe doing for fun?
For fun,
What is fun?
she's a weirdo. She's kind of eccentric.
Okay.
She's obsessed with like flora, so berries. She's a little berry journal. Also just Pokemon in general. That's why she works at the rehabilitation place. She hangs out with the little clan of Swinub. Swinub?
Yes.
Swing up.
Whatever works.
What else?
Regardless of the pronunciation, we're taking those snouts.
No,
She-
not us. We're trying to keep them safe.
Right. They're trying to.
And she is trying to investigate. This is sort of a tangent off of that, but she is trying to investigate what led to the ring. So what of the Swina being sold on the black market. So that is like her goal at the moment.
Figure out the why.
Yeah,
Okay.
to get a
That's-
better idea, just to try to prevent it in the future.
Okay. So that's sort of the short term.
Yeah.
Okay.
Taking down black markets. Okay.
Yeah. Once you hit that ripe age of like 16, you
16.
start just wondering. Yeah.
Yo, we're gonna step up our game here.
Yeah, seriously.
Wani when Numpster's pathetic face is looking at you every day.
Oh.
I'm just like, I want to deliver mail. I'm gonna stop illegal activity. Oh.
Shit.
Wow. Okay. That escalated quickly.
Yeah. Let's see. Milo.
Mhm.
What's he doing for fun? Like what's he doing when he's not training with Murkrow, when he's not sort of working the family business?
There's not much because that's so much of it. Like that's just what I'm doing because I'm so focused on getting Murkrow to that point. Like I want Monty to succeed so bad that like that is our free time. Like we go to school, we come home, we do our homework, and then we train because that's just our passion right now is to make that a reality. On the times that's not happening, I'm usually over at Ben's place hanging out. This is way cooler than my place. And otherwise off, I've gone. I do enjoy kind of exploring the nearby areas. I actually at one point, which will how we kind of met up. I ran into Jordan at one point. So CJ and Crash were not very receptive to our being there at first at all. But repeated visits, I'm at least tolerated. I'm like someone filming a nature documentary, and like eventually the animals just allow me to be there.
That's pretty true. That works. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, we know a little bit about CJ's lifestyle, but how would you say CJ and Crash get along on the whole?
Started both very defensively from both of us. Like I approached him obviously, but
Yeah.
it was only after I kind of saved him from the two jerks who were trying to take him. But I think he still thought I was trying to take him too. Anyway, we've kind of bonded by slowly doing things that he likes to do, like stomp around in the forest and splash things and chase fish. So I've kind of
We have a lot of the same hobbies.
I've kind of reverted back to being very, very
Hold on, how
feral.
old are
I'm 13. I'm kind of
Hopping around in the
I'm
forest.
higher than, you know, like
Yeah.
angsty. I've been like just basically going away for like my whole, I don't know, last couple months.
I
Just doing my thing.
like it to me. It sounds like you you're lonely, and you're like, this is finally something that you kind of relate to, and so you don't really want to be alone again.
It very well could be that. I wouldn't say that. CJ definitely wouldn't say that, but outside perspective, it's probably that.
We're gonna break through that hard exterior.
Yeah, I know.
All
He
that
definitely is looking for a home, but he's also okay being on his own for now. But he definitely has found something that he likes in Crash, that he feels comfortable with, and he wants to find out more about it. Be okay with it.
Would you say they get in a lot of scraps?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we just go around in the forest and around different areas and kind of like to.
Pick fights?
Yeah, a little bit.
Sounds
A little bit.
Taylor.
Get over your
A
character.
little- a little bit.
Taylor fighting those
A
kids.
little bit. A little bit.
Does he listen to you when you fight?
He's starting to. He didn't at first.
Okay,
Kind
he
of just
does
did his own thing, and yeah, but he's starting to now. We're
Okay.
starting to
You're
develop
gaining
a
that
mutual
level.
respect because he sees how reckless I am, and he's reckless, so we kind of have bonded over that. So
Okay,
yeah,
very cool. Tegan,
Yes, sir.
how's your relationship with Koa?
It's great.
It's great.
It's like I said, didn't know much about Pokemon
Okay.
growing up. My parents never really talked about it before they disappeared. So when I met Koa, he was actually the first Pokemon I'd ever met. So I didn't really know how to take care of him or like nurture him in any kind of way.
Okay,
But I'm learning
sure.
with the help of the journal that I found.
Uh-huh.
And it seems to be from my parents. At least they left it there.
So much intrigue.
So with the journal, it's kind of helping me, and then the hopes is to find someone who can help me take care of him. But it seems to be okay for now.
Alright, so
Good.
it's going okay.
Yeah.
Would you say that you and Koa kind of pick fights, or do you stay away from the combat scene?
Depends on my mood.
Okay.
So yes.
How cute the thing is.
Okay. So it's there. Bentley,
Yes.
how's your relationship with Mortar? Is he close to you? Is he?
It's great. Yeah, we're two peas in a pod. I think because Bentley grew up under such a successful family, he became kind of introverted and shy and withdrawn just because he had to live up to this high standard with two very successful parents. And Mortar is kind of breaking him out of his shell a little bit. His hobbies were just like reading and writing, kind of introverted, studying about Pokemon before his journey. And now that he has Mortar, he's kind of becoming more outgoing.
Okay, kind of breaking out.
Yeah.
Okay. Does Mortar like to pick fights, kind of test his strength because he was bullied, or is he kind of over the whole?
He kind of almost echoes the introverted shyness because he was bullied and ostracized by the other Magnies, but when he does have to fight, he can get in the zone very quickly.
Definitely. So he can clock some skulls.
We are
if he
not
has
sponsored
to.
by Tots.
In no way are we sponsored by
In no
Tots.
way are we sponsored by Tots.
Unless they want to sponsor.
In which case, we will
Gladly.
show off those brake pads.
We will get in the zone.
We will
so
put one
fast.
right here.
So faster than morning.
Your ad space.
Yeah, right here. We should put that there.
Yeah.
That's perfect. So we know a lot about Phoebe in the short term. You know, you're investigating the ring of Sweet Up Nose Takers.
Yes.
What is Phoebe's kind of long term? What does she want to do overall, like as she gets older? Does she have any aspirations?
Well, she's 16, so not really.
Set the tone for the
Just
13-year-olds
my
over here.
She's pretty short term. She doesn't really know what she wants to do. Like she's just really focused on the rehabilitation center and bringing those guys back up to where they need to be, and that's her passion for the time being. She's not really worried about the future. She's enjoying what she's doing now, so she doesn't feel the need to worry about that.
She's living in the moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Is Nubster the only Sweet Up whose nose is kind of...
No, they're all jacked up to varying degrees.
Okay.
Jesus.
But Nubster is probably the worst.
Okay.
So
'Cause
he
he's
has,
missing like half his
he has a
nose,
big
right?
chunk.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some of them got out pretty good, but yeah, they're also projectiles.
Okay. How's your relationship with Nubster? Is it better than the other 9, or do you love all of your Sweeneys equally?
It's a loaded
Hard
question.
yeah.
So,
That's brutal.
We're gonna start getting into
Look, all my babies.
Yeah. Earmuffs.
I would say she loves all of them, but like cares about them all. But Nubster probably just because he's a little weird like her.
Okay,
She's a little eccentric, and so is he. So they understand each other on that level.
definitely. That's fine.
I've been doing that
You can look wherever you want. It's all good. Okay.
louder though.
Okay.
How is Nubster with combat? Does he kind of shy away from it, or does he have your
No.
back in a fight?
Yeah.
He's got your back.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's bitter.
He's bitter.
He's a crazy little pig.
Yeah. he's
Just
a little
comes
cray-cray.
alive.
Yeah.
You can see his eyes in a fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hair flops.
He's not on the level of maybe like Crash, where he's like,
He's not
Going at
actively
it.
seeking,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if something
Not
shows
like
up at
bring
his
it on.
door,
yeah.
he'll
But he's
stand
not.
and
He's
fight.
not afraid to get into a little fisticuffs.
Okay. Very cool.
Louder though.
Cozy cuffs.
I'm talking at how I was talking to Vikings, and that came out well.
Yeah, I know, but you start good and then you never.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. Milo.
Yeah.
Would you say that on like a certain level, you wish that you just had a Pidgey?
No.
Not at all.
No.
Next question. Zero.
Easy.
Not even kind of.
0%.
Yeah, no.
There's not a small part of you that just wishes life was a little simpler.
No. It was such a unique moment, like when the egg hatched and it wasn't a Pidgey, like there was just such an excitement there, like I have something special
Yeah.
and I want to make this work, and that was just such a strong moment that I want to make it happen.
How did that happen? How did the Murkrow get in there? Is it
Well,
like
when
that
a man
bird
loves
where
a
they
woman.
Duh. But
These are facts that I do not know.
Okay.
Okay. How would you say your relationship is with Monty? You guys super tight?
Monty and I are unbelievably tight just because no one else wants me to even be, and my family wants me to be with him. So he can't really go anywhere else. Like the other Pidgeys aren't fans of him and my family's not fans of him. So he's almost by necessity, like we have to be close.
Okay.
But I'm super young and I don't really know what I'm doing, and he has no idea what he's doing because he's just completely not attuned to any of this life. So he's very reliant on me, and so when we're training, it's a lot of what I say. Like he's not really sure; he's just following my lead. But there are also times where I'm not really sure what I'm doing, and you're just so tight that he can kind of figure it out. So we're both very reliant on each other, and I don't think either of us could operate the way we do without the other.
Okay.
It's not good news that you don't really know what you're doing, because I've been leaning on you to teach me how to battle.
I don't necessarily mean it in that regard, but I'm not getting a lot of assistance on like, hey, when you want your Pidgey to do this, how do you handle it? And they're kind of like, figure it out, it's part of the thing, even though they tell probably the other people, but because they want me to fail, they don't. So I'm forced to try to figure these things out. And so in the moment when I'm trying to learn, I don't really, I'm trying to figure it out, and like Murkrow kind of can attune to that, and it either works out really well or he kind of gets flustered, like, what do I do? Tell me, like, I don't know, and then we kind of stumble.
Okay. Did you say you guys are pretty good at flying by the seat of your pants, just sort of improvising as you go?
Yeah. It's just a lot of trial and error when we're trying to learn something new. So we're used to that, like, spur of the moment. Like, this is happening, let's do this. Like, this seems like it would work, and let's go for it.
So you guys are pretty in sync with that.
Yeah.
He can pick up when you're gonna throw out some kind of crazy idea. He's probably on the same track.
Yeah. but almost to a fault. Where like, if I was trying to do that with something else, or he was trying to do that with something else, it doesn't work as well because we don't have the other one.
Okay. Interesting.
Are you guys' Pokemon cool with being in Pokeballs?
Mine's never.
I mean, I would also agree that mine's usually out
Right.
and about
More,
Yeah.
exploring,
often
Yeah.
but
than not.
it's not like a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, too, because I have the luxury Pokeballs from the Madre.
Yeah, I was gonna ask about that because one of the dudes that was trying to get the Toad out had one, like, got it from him while he dropped it,
Oh.
and I have it,
Well played.
and I don't feel like putting Crash in it, but it's not gone well. So I didn't know if that was like a thing that you have to like work on, or like if it's just like a.
You gotta work on a lot, Mr. Wild Boy.
Well, yeah, I do. But,
Your number one hobby is stomping around in the woods.
you know,
Splashing around in water.
yeah, pretty much.
Splashing around water, chasing fish. Those are the top three.
Fuck yeah.
So good.
It's a simple but fulfilling life.
Hell
When
yeah.
you're not crushing twigs in the woods.
I'm
Are
excited
they
for us to
supposed to
meet
have
up with
Pokeballs?
Mr. CJ over
Are
here.
they supposed to?
Yeah. That is typically sort of how it would work. Is your buddy would sort of just have a Pokeball. They don't necessarily have to be in it.
No, I don't think that Helen has one.
Are we gonna talk about like ideal teams?
That's my next question.
Wow, beautiful.
So I'll start with you, Mr. Bentley.
All right.
What is your ideal team of 3?
Oh wow. I asked the question and then I wasn't prepared to answer it.
Like among us?
Um,
What?
Like,
No, like
if he were to go out and catch more Pokemon,
like who's joining
Who's
Koa?
it?
who's his ideal team?
I don't have it.
I can't
I'll be
answer
real. I
that.
have no idea.
Yeah.
Because I don't know Pokemon, so
That's okay.
someone
I have an
can
answer for
that.
that.
For me.
Do you?
yeah, it's not what you think it is though.
Okay.
I mean, the only thing that I would maybe throw out there, because Bentley is a bit of a night owl, likes to stay up late studying with Magby, Mortar, potentially catching a Hoothoot at some point.
Okay.
But other than that, it's just going to depend on what we find out on our journey. But I would
See
like
what
to try and
happens.
figure out some team synergy, because I do intend to beat every gym and potentially take on the Elite Four. So I'm going to have to
Okay.
have a team that
So,
has some good synergy, some good strength. So we'll see what happens.
2 questions answered at once. I like it.
I feel like too you have a lot of insight from what your dad is breeding for these top players, that you kind of have a really good grasp of like, oh, this guy who's currently number 1 who ordered a Pokemon from my dad, this is what he wanted, so that's probably a really good one
Yeah.
in that capacity.
Or to how to beat what the
That's
demand has been
That's
in
true.
Pop's
That's some-
breeding shop.
That's a
Yeah.
good
Yeah.
insight knowledge.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
We
might
got
be
that
able
guy on this
to
wall.
help us out down the line. We'll see.
Definitely. Cool. What are Tegan's thoughts on like Pokemon gyms? Going in and battling a bunch of like top-notch trainers and then a gym leader at the end of that where you would get a badge. What are your thoughts on something kind of like that, like a pro circuit of Pokemon training?
I don't like them.
Not a fan?
No.
Okay.
I want Pokemon to just be free and do what they want.
Totally fair.
Yeah.
Freedom.
It's a fair answer.
We're not about fighting.
Not about fighting.
Yeah.
Okay. So
But when
fighting's
we
the
have
last
to-
resort.
Yeah, I mean, we have to, because for me, I don't know what I'm doing. I mean, I walked around and explored rocks and trees, so me fighting is like running around with the tree branch trying to fight someone off. But Koa is very protective of me, and he kind of knows how to fight. And so he sees me being an idiot. He would just step in. So fighting would be last resort for us.
Okay. So
I
it's
don't really know
definitely
much
not
about 'em.
something you're seeking out.
No.
Okay. That's totally fair. CJ, I know you're kind of doing your wild boy thing out in the woods, away from the civilization. But if you found yourself in a town, would you take on the gym? Would you see if you and Crash have what it takes?
Yeah, Crash would want to. Crash would be like, let's go. I'm ready to do this. And I'd be like, are you? Do you understand what's happening? Because, like, I don't know. I understand what gyms are, and I don't like them, simply because I've been around it before, and I don't like how it works, or that side of it
Okay.
isn't my favorite, but
Definitely.
like
That kind of forced battle.
yeah, I fully get it. Why people do it makes sense. I'm not the same. I will do it.
Okay.
Crash will probably want to.
Yeah.
So
sure.
we'll have that conversation. We'll figure that out.
Okay.
And yeah, Crash is very into getting dirty, so
All right.
we'll probably get there.
I think we're gonna have to take the wild boy under our wing a little bit. It's like, I will not allow that. I'm stomping in the woods.
Does CJ want another Pokemon, or is he down with just Crash?
So right now, I'm cool with just Crash. It was never my intention to find a Pokemon or like befriend Pokemon. It just kind of happened that way. Because I don't know, in the past I haven't been super happy with my experiences with Pokemon.
Okay.
It's been usually a negative thing for me.
Sure.
And just things that I witnessed. So I am not very trusting of Pokemon in general. However, Crash is turning me around in that way. So he's like, I don't know,
Okay.
we're becoming friends, and I'm like understanding that Pokemon.
Oh, you've got a lot of
can be
intrigue
cool.
too.
Yeah. So it's the healthiest unhealthy relationship. Because
Absolutely.
you're both growing, but in like a bad way.
Yeah. We're both very uncomfortable but becoming comfortable. It's very weird.
Okay. Alright. So I know Milo and Monty have quite the journey ahead. They gotta go to 3 major cities that are all very, very far from Ambercroft.
Yeah.
How does Milo feel about the gym leader challenges along the way?
Well, just growing up and knowing Ben, I know Bentley is gonna do it anyway. My brother Toby is doing it, so and he already has a couple badges, and so I just feel like he's really the first one to try in our family. So not only if I can do both and upstage him in some capacity, like it's one of those things where it's not my primary goal, but if we're there and Bentley's gonna go for it, I want to root him on, and then I'll try it. I'll go for it. It's also really good training for what we want to do. So there's really no downside, and we're both up for it because that just desire to prove ourselves is strong enough that we're down.
Okay. So you're gonna do it just because it's on the way and
Yeah, I mean, I wanna support my friend Bentley, and
Sure.
if I can get a badge that Toby doesn't have, I'm coming for you, Toby.
It's all money.
Okay.
That's just to set out, prove that Monty can be a male bird and upstage my brother in some capacity would just be a dream come true.
Sounds pretty great.
Okay. So that's like
I already want to
long-term
meet him
goal.
in a battle. So bad.
Definitely. So that's kind of your long-term goal.
Yeah, my biggest priority is proving that Monty can do it, but on the side, like just getting to where I need to go, there will probably be gyms on the way, and if Ben's with me, he's gonna do it anyway, so why not go for it as well?
Definitely. Okay. Phoebe, I know you work a lot in Pokemon rehab, getting Pokemon recovered from big fights. How do you feel about the gym leader circuit? Is it something that you're wary to be a part of? Is it sort of a necessary part of life that you just let happen? Are you against it in any way?
I'm not against it. It's more about I guess, for lack of a better way to put it, like consent between the Pokemon and the trainer.
Oh boy.
Like they want to work with the trainer, so
Okay.
it's not like the trainer's like,
Crazy.
you are gonna
So
go
as long
do
as
this.
it's a healthy relationship.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's what some Pokemon are competitive. Like,
Okay.
I have a feeling that
naturally.
the rehabilitation skills are going to be quite useful on our journey when we're doing things that
Yeah.
we maybe are not too skilled at out the gate. So
I don't disapprove of it. It's like strength training. You know, like
Phoebe
build
the
your bond with your
babysitter.
Pokemon. And,
Okay.
no, I'm
Would-
not
Only
gonna be
with a
sitting.
signed waiver.
Okay.
I need your
So-
consent forms.
Pop.
Do you think that Phoebe and Nubster would maybe take on the gym challenges?
Yeah.
Yeah.
let's
Just
go,
to
Nubster.
get closer. And,
Yeah. Plus, we're taking on a black market
You
range.
gotta
So
be stronger.
You gotta compete. You gotta have some skills.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Does Phoebe have like a goal in mind of like catching another Pokemon, or is she content with 10 Suinos?
I mean, I'm totally cool with 10 Suinos, but I can only take Nubster because that's a lot to handle.
I think you were telling me a while ago too that Nubster wants to come with you, but the other 9 are kind of like support animals in the hospital, where they like go
Yeah.
around helping. So
Yeah.
like, they have a purpose to do when you're not there. anymore.
Yeah, and he's the only one that wants to really go. I think it would be more dependent on if they jived well with me and Nubster.
Okay.
So it's not really about a certain one.
It's all about taking on the mob.
But yeah, I'd be like, are you in? Please sign here.
And you
Sign the waiver, consent form.
Steroid Charizard that's signed the
I
waiver.
just need the biggest Onyx I can find to
Bring it.
bulldoze their building.
Okay. So you guys have kind of answered the last question that I have for you, but we're gonna just go around in a row, fire it off, top of the dome piece. Tia, what's something that you want to happen in this game for Phoebe?
What I want.
What's something that would, like, if it happened, would just make it all worthwhile?
Finding who fucked up my Suino crew.
Okay, finding the people
Yeah.
that were okay.
I'm coming for you.
Okay, and it can be as simple as that. It can be like, I want to accomplish my long-term goal. Totally fine as an answer.
Yeah.
Milo,
I
what
have
is
a
your-
question.
Yeah,
Are you asking Milo or are you asking me?
I'm asking
Either.
both, either or both. You can answer however you like.
I mean, Milo just wants to prove that they can do it. Like, I feel like this could absolutely change down the road, but I feel like he's not as interested in other Pokemon because they just kind of get in his way of his goal. Like, he just wants Monty to be the best and like not be the best, but complete and prove that he can do it. So like, if something else were to like present itself for catching, like right now he's just like, I don't care, it's not my priority. So he's a one-track mind. I want to prove that Monty can do it. What do I want for Milo in this is a completely different question, and I really don't know. There's so many things that can happen that I would really love to just beat Toby. Just yeah.
Stick it to Toby.
Like in a perfect world, just a sweep. Like he's got a team of 3, and I've got Monty, and I just solo him, and
That'd be sick.
Okay.
Awesome.
So you're looking for like one big epic showdown with Toby.
Multiple big epic
I-
showdowns.
Milo
like
wants
so-
it.
it's in this weird way. I don't even want it to be epic. I want it to be so underwhelming. Like just I've looked up to him
Just
this
you
entire
wreck
time. Like
You just
he's just this force to be
murder
reckoned
him.
with, and then I finally like am ready, and he was nothing. And I'm like, oh my god.
I'm the best.
This is such a joke.
Go back home, Toby.
Get out of here.
Okay. Jordan and CJ, do you have something that would just make this the greatest experience?
I think for CJ, he wants to be okay with Pokemon.
Okay.
Because he's not, and it's such a big deal, and everybody's all about Pokemon. So he wants to be like okay with Pokemon and
Okay.
understand like the good in Pokemon. And I kind of want that for CJ because I don't know, Pokemon are awesome.
Okay.
And the fact that he doesn't think that, it's upsetting. And also just adventure and going to different places and seeing all the different things and just exploring really.
Okay.
Experiencing life.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I'm most excited for. Like not like as an end goal, but just for what this is gonna bring week to week. Is just what could happen today because I
Yeah.
have no idea.
That's gonna be crazy.
Okay. So just kind of coming around on the idea of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay. Because you've had so many negative experiences, so you're looking to just move past it, grow as an individual.
Yeah, currently right now CJ's like, Pokemon, no, I don't want anything to do with that. Like, it's terrible. And Crash is the only reason that he still has any sort of connection to Pokemon. And it's just getting stronger, and he's like starting to understand that it hasn't been what it has been his whole life to that point. And it can be different than what he's experienced.
Okay.
Man,
Very
this is getting
Waste.
heavy
Yeah.
already.
Tegan and Koa.
Ditto.
Same thing.
Just kidding.
I kind of like it. Yeah.
We haven't met yet, but dang girl.
Well, he said it was being serious. Well, lighten the mood here. Since Tegan doesn't really know anything about Pokemon, I think in general she just kind of want to get to know more about Pokemon. And with the journal that she found at the place that's kind of like her home before her parents vanished, and it's left to her from her parents, so she's kind of like wanting to, I guess, live the life that they wrote about, and there are things missing in it, so she kind of wants to discover what those things are, and answer some questions about why Koa was with it in general. So I would say just kind of trying to figure out her parents and maybe the mystery behind why they vanished and
Okay.
the circumstances of why they did.
So cracking that case
Yeah.
would just make it all
Yes.
pretty awesome.
Where did you find this journal?
In the grove that my parents and I would visit often. I forget about my hands. Sorry. The grove that we would visit like all the time. So there was a tree that we carved our initials in, and there was like this little compartment where we put stuff in, and it was in there.
Oh.
And Koa happened to be there.
Like he was in the tree, or he was just in the area?
He was in the area.
And like when you were there, you just stumbled on each other, sort of like that situation.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. There. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. No. Yes.
Yeah.
So
Tough act to follow.
Ben and Bentley, I know what your goal is,
Do you?
but for everybody else, what is something that would just kind of make your week if it happened in this game? What's something I could provide for you that would just be
Well, I think for Bentley, just beating these gyms with Milo, nailed it. And then also tracking down this horrible mafia black market gangster squad. That sounds intriguing to me. I would like to take that down because that sounds super sketch. Maybe at some point too, having Papa Tom breed Bentley a second team member would be pretty nifty. Potentially. And then just from Ben's side of it, I'm just excited to play. I want to get down to it. Let's do this thing.
I mean, let's be real. We've been planning this for like
It's been a while.
9
It's
months.
been a long time, but yeah, I'm excited just to roll some dice and play some Pokemon. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Definitely. At this point, I'm gonna kind of open the floor. Do you guys have any questions about where you're starting, what you can do, how this is gonna work?
I would just ask like if Drew could give a quick general overview of Ambercrag, the starting town where everybody's kind of either living in or around, just to
Yeah.
some
When
background.
we're starting, are we all together?
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
We'll all be together already.
Have a
So,
little bit
do I
of a
need-
framework of
Yeah,
how
should
that
we
happens.
Do I?
about
Yeah.
that
Should we have to
then?
talk
Do
about
this
that?
first and then.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So I'll give you a little bit of a layout of where it
Absolutely
is, and then we'll
We
figure
just
out.
met.
Just now, it just happened.
All right, Drew's giving layout.
So the major talking points of the town, there's only a handful. It's a big town, but it's mostly suburban housing. There's a lot of mining that goes on, mostly in tandem with the Woods family producing all those Pokeballs. Typically they're using the amber found in the mountains that the town is named for. So most of the Woods family kind of trademark is going to be that kind of orange colored amber Pokeball. It's kind of like an onyx color on the bottom, like a nice black with the orange top. Very crystalline structure. So they can look a little funky, but they're very distinctive. And these guys are found everywhere. Like, there's a pretty decent chance that any given trainer either has one or knows somebody who has a Woods family Pokeball because they're just kind of like a standard almost.
Question:
Staple
Yeah,
of the town.
me too.
Do they export
They do.
these Pokeballs so they're everywhere?
They are everywhere.
Okay.
They're
Helen Woods is making bank.
Oh.
So much
killing
money.
it.
Her
So
Magmar
these
must be so
these
tired.
guys are
of
rolling.
it.
Hang on.
Can't be a millionaire, dream a millionaire.
Question.
Yeah.
Are these like just everywhere like Nikes, or is this like if you have it, it kind of shows a little bit about you as a person?
It shows a lot about you as a person.
So they're
It's a
not
status
they're
symbol?
not like insanely common where like just youngster
Oh,
Joey's gonna have one.
Yeah, it's not like all the youths are gonna have them, but any like celebrities are all about it. Any kind of pro circuit trainer is gonna have at least one. It's sort of like a status symbol. It's like a Rolex, kind of, where it's like nobody really cares, but if you have one, you're like, they can afford it.
Typically
Not to
with
offend any
these,
Rolex
So they're
people watching
expensive?
this.
typically
They're
with
very
the
expensive.
with the gym trainers and those like celebrity trainers you were talking about, would those Pokeballs signify like their strongest Pokemon, or is that something that we should be aware of?
Yeah, typically it's either their strongest or the one they're closest to.
I would
Something that they're
assume.
trying to do.
Does she sell them separately? I would assume all the ones that your dad breeds come with one. So there's a chance that if they come out of it, that your dad made it.
It's true too, yeah.
Mhm.
Makes sense.
Yeah, and there's definitely a correlation between something that Tom Woods breeds and something that would be your strongest Pokemon.
Is it like the Pokemon Go ball? You take it out at lunch and rub it around and you're like, check it out.
Probably. It might be something that you kind of show off. It's
People
something
are
that,
really brag about it.
yeah, it's something that if you had it, you kind of want to flaunt it. You're like, hey, check it out. Look what I have.
Okay. So on the like scale of price, would it be like an Ultra Ball?
It's
more
like
expensive than that.
substantially more than an Ultra Ball.
So if you're a child, you know the chances.
If you're a
starting
child-
trainer.
If you're a starting trainer, if you have like really rich grandparents, they might get it for you.
Okay.
But like otherwise, there's not really a chance you're
So
Or
they're
potentially
more
parents
valuable.
who make
Or-
them
Or if you have parents that make them,
Might be
you
able to hook it up.
Steal
We'll see.
you
some.
might be able to hook it up.
do that.
I don't think me co
That is my family welfare.
You got millions.
Well, we don't know that.
But that's
Parents
basically
are-
like the mining scene. They work directly with the Woods Forge. They use a lot of Donphans in the mining because Donphans are naturally attuned to finding that amber.
Nice.
Uh,
I like the sound of Woods Forge. Nice.
yeah. Then there's in a similar region, like right next door, is the Woods Training Grounds. It's a vast expanse of just training courses, agility, strength, dexterity, all manner of training regiments for the Woods bred Pokemon. So basically, Tom's out there all day, every day with all manner of Pokemon. A couple assistants helping him out, but he does the bulk of the work. He's out there 8 to 12 hours a day, just running all these Pokemon through their paces, and they don't get a Woods family Pokeball until he has determined that they are ready. So if say he's breeding like Ponytas, he'll find the best one out of probably 20, and that's the only one he'll train.
How much do these Pokemon go for in terms of sale?
It depends which one, who it's for, and what time scale they need it.
Gotcha. So this is far different than just catching wild Pokemon in
Yeah,
that
this-
people have to purchase
Yeah.
these high level bred, thoroughbred, I guess it would be, Pokemon.
Yeah, and there's a little bit of controversy kind of in the media about the Woods family and is this ethical? Churning out 20 to 30 Pokemon to use one of them and leave the other ones behind. Obviously, the money
You're gonna
talks.
introduce me to this guy?
But the training grounds are open to all. There's no fee involved. You can go and take your Pokemon in there, run them through their courses, see how they do. Tom does offer a few seminars when he's got time on like how to train your Pokemon. So if you have questions, that is somewhere you can go. he'll help you out, kind of teach you some of the tips and tricks that he's picked up over his many years. There's also the Woods shop, that is where they just sell all of their various capture systems, any special potions, brews, anything that they've got coming in. They do import a little bit of extra goods just to sort of supplement what they've got going. They don't make their own normal like Pokeballs or Great Balls or Ultra Balls. Those are all imported. Because basically, if you're going there, you're kind of going for the Woods capture system. You don't really care too much.
I'm gonna just get the Pokemon.
To put it in perspective, a Pokeball is probably about $20.
Mm-hmm.
A Great Ball will run you about 40, and Ultra Ball is probably about 200. The Woods Ball is kind of like if you have to ask,
You can't
afford it.
Wow.
It's sort of one of those.
Wow.
Mortar is in a Woods capture system if you want it to be.
Oh, absolutely.
They are very luxurious, so that might be why he's okay with being in
Luxury.
He actually prefers to be in it.
It's just
like-
luxury.
He's
Mortar,
like,
come out.
please don't
Yeah,
take
come
me
on.
out.
He's got his own island in there,
He's
just
just
chilling.
like, oh.
Alright, calm it down.
Mortar, come on! I can't. I'm watching Inception.
Yeah.
85-inch TV, not coming out. But that is basically the Woods district. They're a solid third of Ambercrag. It's most of the wealth that comes into the city is either produced by the Woods family or is a byproduct of the tourism of people coming in just to see it, to purchase things, and kind of look around.
For clarity's sake,
Damn.
that wealth is my parents, not me. So
That is
if
Damn,
you're gonna ask me to buy you stuff
Get up, yo!
throughout the campaign, probably not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Take us out to the club.
And then Ben whispers to drive a secret coin purse. Like a Green Gots bank kick and
Yeah.
Never ending.
Definitely.
Chinese bag sort of
Endless
situation.
bag.
There's the Reuter Family Mill Corporation building. I say corporation building is a very reasonable homestead with Pidgey coops on the roof for sending and receiving mail. They handle most correspondence across the region, and definitely everything in the surrounding area. They have a couple other mail companies that sort of work in tandem because they can't cover the entire region reliably, because you never know where all the mail is going to be at any given time. But there are a number of, not necessarily competitors. They're not.
It's working conjunction.
Yeah,
with.
it's sort of a thing where everybody needs mail, so you can't really monopolize it. So there's too many areas that are kind of shipping all that mail all the way around.
That, and if I remember it, our city's kind of in the middle of the region,
Yeah.
so it's like a nice hub. If you're going from one end to the other, it's like a nice
Yeah.
checkpoint on the way, so most mail goes through.
It's also a result of you guys are kind of nestled in the middle of a mountain range. So you have to fly over the mountain or through it. So it kind of serves as a good stopping point for anybody trying to go over the mountains, because any bird that makes that trek is going to be exhausted, especially if they're bringing mail over.
There's something visual.
Question: Is this
Is it
family owned?
I can
Yeah.
send this your
Is that
way.
worker co-op?
Show that off and flaunt it. Ambercrag is where you guys are.
Your family owns that one.
I mean, we have a
Uh,
couple other branches.
So, follow-up question:
Sure.
what
Like
should
hubs,
we
like little
expect
checkpoints.
from the
This is
first route that we're going to be exploring?
From the first route,
I don't
not
think we've decided where we're going yet.
yeah, you
Yeah.
guys haven't decided where you want to go. That's kind of where that map can help you out.
How many routes are there out from the city that we could explore?
If I'm remembering correctly from the map, there's 4 direct routes.
But
There's
for
one-
people who are
one
just
through the
starting
mountain.
out,
There's one through the mountain, which is kind of dangerous.
uh-huh.
That's where you'll find a lot of Wild Dawn fan,
Right.
so it's kind of like a little bit sketchy to head into early on.
Okay.
If you were to head, I think it's west on the map, you would find mostly grasslands. a few trails around there.
The river.
So you'd be able to kind of follow the river. If you were to go, I think there's 2 of the routes take you directly through the Amberite Sierras, which is not necessarily a place that a bunch of kids want to go.
Why?
It's
Too
all
high level.
mountains and caves, and
Okay.
if you're used to it and you're
But
ready,
the
it's
smaller-
Well, I'll rephrase. Which one leads to the first gym?
if you were to head west,
Okay.
it would take you on a path to the first gym.
Okay.
Alternatively, you could head southeast. They're about equidistant.
Cool. Alright, let's get this thing started.
Should we talk about real quick how we all met up?
Yeah. So I guess
I
start
think-
with Milo and Bentley, because yours is kind of the simplest.
Okay.
and
Well, I
we'll
was gonna say
extrapolate.
let's bring in Tegan on like why you're in the city, because you're all over the world, but now you're here.
I came to Ambercrag for Phoebe's rehabilitation center. I read about it in a journal from my parents, and in the journal it spoke a lot about this general region. So I decided, hey, why not go there?
Also,
I thought your aunt was here or something.
we kind of
No, I was
glossed
in,
over the
I,
fact.
I was in an orphanage. I
Okay.
have an aunt. That's no longer a thing.
Oh, okay.
And that's the orphanages in the Overland.
Okay.
But again, Phoebe is 16 and owns her own.
No, she doesn't.
No,
I don't know.
it's
She
not-
doesn't know.
she just
I
works
work
there.
She just works there.
Just
Yeah.
And I'm better there.
I'm a
So.
little bit of a labor.
So these two know each other.
Yes.
Okay.
Bentley and I we've grown up here, and we're, I guess, the 2 most prominent families in the city. I
Yeah.
don't know if I'm wrong there, but so it just naturally we're gonna know each other, like our families know each other, and we've just grown up together, so there's no real reason for us to not be close or be friends or hang out all the time. Through trying to phrase this properly.
You could be like Phoebe and just. Well, I'm gonna phrase this properly. They need consent. Oh my god.
I heard about something in the woods, and I went out to investigate, and I did find CJ and Crash. Like I said earlier, they weren't receptive to me being there, but
We've become kind of friendly.
yeah,
Acquaintances.
that's a good word.
He's
But
the wild boy.
I am I'm a kid, but I'm not an idiot in the fact that like there's a fang in his arm, and that needs help.
It's
Like I can't like just let that go. Like this kid needs help, and I need something. And so having the rehabilitation clinic near, I went there for help, but I didn't want to. I needed someone that I could trust and not an adult, because of the situation. And so I got Tia and Phoebe. I got Phoebe.
Oh no, the fourth wall's broken.
I got Phoebe and brought her out to the woods to look at CJ, because that's gonna get infected for real. And then
I have blood poisoning.
At this point, I'm like, nah, I don't.
That's
I'm
why his
not,
hobbies are stopping.
Okay,
Yeah.
you can.
He's
Yeah,
turning into a
it's okay
mutant or
now.
something.
You're right. This is probably
Taking over his
for
brain.
the best.
so I'm bringing Phoebe out to investigate, and it's up to you. I don't know if you bring him back or if Tegan's like, this sounds like an adventure and just comes with you, or what. But I went to get help from you to help this wild boy.
Either way, CJ needs to make that tooth into a sick necklace.
Set of earring.
This used to be my
Set.
arm.
Yeah, Nubster's a good mediator. Punk ass little wild boys.
Yeah.
I don't know how happy I'm gonna be about fucking 4 people and their Pokemon coming back when Milo left. Just him. I'd be like, what the fuck, dude?
Do people there know about you, or
No.
you
No.
just
That's why.
The only people that know about me are the 2 dudes that I got in stuff with.
I
Okay.
And
knew.
Milo.
Yeah, I.
So there's not like rumors. They're like, there's a crazy little boy.
He's a ghost.
Yeah, I just knew I wanted your help specifically.
Okay.
He loves him.
Whoa!
Nah.
You're too guilty.
Got a Star Wars thing going on already.
Oh shit.
Not that. No.
That's what you mean.
I meant she's older than he is, not their siblings.
What's the business?
I'm referencing the prequel.
Anakin and Padme.
The worst ones.
Yes.
I'm not gonna argue.
Fail.
Actual.
Fail.
Factual.
And yeah, I get
Okay.
Phoebe's help, and we help out CJ against his will, but I feel like
I know that it needed to happen. I was just reluctant to let it happen.
yeah, and then later, or a couple days later, family dinner time. It usually starts out pretty typical, but it quickly devolves into my parents discussing worldly events because they get to see a lot of the comings and goings, and I don't know for sure if what I heard pertains to, but I have a suspicion that what I heard at dinner does pertain to CJ, so I want to go get him out of there. So I kind of rally the gang, and under the guise of traveling, we're gonna take him with us.
And the way you knew me is what you delivered.
Oh, I mean it's not that big of a city. Like I knew of you,
Okay.
and when I needed medical help, you were the one I sought out.
Okay.
I didn't necessarily know you that well. I knew of you. I knew you were the right person.
Wow, so he loves
So
He needed
Milo is just like, yo, this chick is awesome and she has rehab stuff. Ben wants to go battle gyms. I need to do my thing.
I mean, I know
Crash or CJ, we can go convince and be like, yo, we're leaving. You want to come? And then they're talking and they're like,
I
hey,
feel like
let's go explore.
we talk on the side, and you're like, you're ready.
Yeah.
Ben is just. I've grown up with Ben, and I know Ben and Mortar are a force to be reckoned with. So having them with us is just there's zero downside to that.
Okay.
Thanks, bud.
What a king.
No doubt.
True.
I can build fires, guys.
Squat up.
I feel like you just smell adventure, and you're like, I'm in.
Yeah. So whatever's happening, let's go.
Outdoors
Going
cool,
on
we
an
got it.
adventure.
And I'm just like, yeah, I'm ready to leave.
I make you a
I need to
slingshot?
leave.
I feel like this is me plainly, you gonna take it or not, but I feel like you just have this fake obligation where you're just like, I have to take care of these stupid kids now.
Yeah.
And like, you can't let us go on our own because like, they're gonna die.
Yeah.
So I have to come. I don't
So
have a choice.
I'm kind of babysitting, but reluctantly.
Yeah.
I'll let your bitch asses get in trouble.
I
I won't.
won't let you
every
die,
time.
but
Yeah. I'm sort of like the Brock, but less lusty.
And with that.
Fantastic.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Less lusty Brock. Perfect. Alright. You guys have any other questions? Any other pressing concerns?
For me, like, since I don't really know about Pokemon, is there any way that maybe you could give me more visuals, just because so
Absolutely.
I know
Yeah. Yes.
what you're talking about?
I'll
So
have-
you've
I'll
mentioned
have
a couple
screen.
Pokemon, and I'm like, I don't know
I will
what
have a
about.
screen
Okay.
that I can kind of pull them up for you.
Also, as a brief aside, I mean, we don't have the tops yet to like take notes, but feel free to bring notepads to write things down and/or a tablet if you want to look stuff up.
We can do that.
Okay. Are we doing like character traits now? Like rolling for how good we are?
already did that.
Yeah, we already did
Oh.
that.
Yeah, you
I don't
guys did
remember.
that months
Your guy
ago.
is like super good on lore and like understanding training and shit.
Did we do this?
No.
Yeah.
When did we do
Can I
this?
look at
In
that?
Long,
November.
long time ago.
In November.
Fampy, hook it up.
So this is
I want a team of fully
this is the
blue
Dawn fan I've been
and
talking
orange
about. It's a
Pokemon.
big elephant guy, kind of rolls into a ball. Ignore that thing. I don't know what that is.
Do you want to stop everything, Drew? Are you done for now?
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you want to? Well, do you want to wrap it up then, and then we'll stop all the videos and stuff?
Sure. All right. Well, that's gonna bring our session 0 to a close. I feel like we made some good headway today. I'm excited to get started. I know you guys are too.
Beyond pumped, very much.
So come along with us as we start our journey next time with session 1.
Session 1, let's go!
Bye.